Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how we love to take these deep dives? Well, today's is going to be a little different.
Yeah, this one's a bit more sensitive than some of the other stuff we've covered, that's for sure.
Right, so in Ireland, police, the Gardaí, went to Enoch Burke's home. And, well, we've got this transcript of a conversation that happened during that visit. It's from his father, Sean Burke.
Raw transcript, which honestly makes it kind of fascinating, right? Like a fly on the wall for something pretty intense.
Exactly. And we're not here to take sides or anything. We just want to see what we can learn from this snapshot.
Totally. Just figure out what happened. See what the source is telling us.
So maybe you can give everyone some background. Who is Enoch Burke? Why is he, like, a big deal over in Ireland?
Okay, so Enoch Burke is a teacher. He's been making headlines for a while now, mainly because of his opinions.
Opinions?
Yeah, like strong opinions. He's very much against, well, some call it transgender ideology, and that's put him at odds with the Irish education system. Ah, okay, so that's why the police were at his house.
It's complicated. See, he's become kind of a symbol, represents a group of people in Ireland who feel like, well, society is changing too fast and they're getting left behind.
You can really hear that in Sean Burke's words in this transcript. He's
Hmm.
clearly upset, calling the police visit a disgrace, shameful.
Right. And there's that one line, they've destroyed our nation.
Wow.
Heavy stuff. What's he getting at there?
It's hard to say for sure, but I think it speaks to, well, a real sense of anxiety about the changes happening in Ireland. Like maybe a feeling of loss that the country they knew is disappearing.
Yeah, yeah. The transcript also mentions that 4 Gardaí showed up. 3 of them were men. Seems a bit much for, what we know so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to judge without knowing more. Maybe they thought there might be trouble, that things could get out of hand.
I guess. But still, it does make you wonder if that many officers were really necessary. So let's look at the legal side of things for a second. What are the potential consequences here for Enoch based on what he's done?
Well, that's where it gets really tricky. Ireland's got laws against discrimination based on gender identity, right?
Like, people can't be treated differently because of how they identify?
Exactly. There's the Gender Recognition Act from 2015. It lets people self-declare their gender. And then the Equal Status Acts, those make it illegal to discriminate against someone for that reason.
So if Enoch refused to acknowledge someone's gender identity,
Could definitely be seen as breaking the law. But here's the thing. Ireland also has these strong protections for free speech and religion.
oh, right, like in the Constitution.
Yep, so it's this clash of rights, almost.
How do courts usually deal with that when 2 rights are, like, bumping heads?
No easy answer. I mean, it's a case-by-case thing. They try to weigh, how much harm is caused by limiting one right versus the good that comes from protecting the other.
And this case could actually set a precedent for how those rights are balanced in Ireland, huh?
It could. It really could.
This isn't just an Irish thing, though, right? I feel like we're seeing similar stuff happening in other countries.
Oh, absolutely. This whole struggle with individual rights and changing social values, it's global. Think about the debates in Canada, the US, the UK. They're all wrestling with this stuff. Freedom of speech, religious freedom, gender identity. It's a mess.
So we got Sean Burke's account, obviously very emotional. Then the legal side of things in Ireland. And now this bigger picture, how these issues are popping up everywhere.
Right, it's a lot to process.
And you got to remember, we're just looking at a tiny piece of a much bigger puzzle.
That's the thing to keep in mind. This one transcript, it's a glimpse into a very specific moment. And there's so much more to the story.
What strikes me is how this, even though it's in Ireland, it reflects this broader anxiety, this feeling that society is changing and people are worried about, I don't know, about their place in it.
Yeah. It makes you think, doesn't it? Like, how do we balance individual freedoms with, well, with new ideas about how society should work? Where's the line when it comes to what people can say? These are tough questions, and this case in Ireland really highlights that.
For sure. Definitely something to keep an eye on as it develops. If you're interested in learning more, do your own research, see what you make of it all.
Yeah, lots to unpack here.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.